Hey guys, it's Gabe with Nerd Tech, and I wanted to show you a video today about setting up an inbound agent for your business. It's an amazing white glove service that you can provide. I don't know any business that can answer all their calls live. I know that there are some, but there's a lot of small businesses out there that have a hard time. A lot of calls go to voicemail. There's a huge feature in GoHighLevel that a lot of people sell that's called missed call text back. The reason is because people miss a lot of calls, and so you text them and say, "Hey, sorry we missed your call," blah blah blah. But why not just answer all the calls and gather the information? Now, if you have a rep readily available to answer these calls, then what you can do is you can set it up to answer a few questions, gather some details from the lead calling in, and then you can let them know that you can do a live transfer to one of your team experts to talk right now. Or if you don't have anybody available, then even better, you're answering all your calls, you're answering questions that they may have. You can load in all the knowledge base about your company, and then you can schedule a callback time. This is just a really good white glove type service that is going to make your company look a lot more professional. So, diving right in, first you need to create an inbound agent. I have one over here for my Nerd Tech business. So if I click into my inbound agent here, I'll just show you what this looks like. So we have some foundation information. This is the prompt about the company. This is just going to give the AI some background information. We have some instructions here on how to handle objections. On inbound calls, there's not too many objections because they're calling in, they're interested. Most of the information is going to be about questions on your business. So then we have the call instructions. So we have the instructions here. And then one more thing I would add, this is incomplete. We can either add a knowledge base here, or I've actually found it works really, really well to add the knowledge base in here. So it might be a section like this, and I might put it below down here, and then just rename this knowledge base like that. And then what I could do is I could start doing uh, some dashes, like if they ask about pricing, and then I could have different tiers. I could put all my pricing information. Then I would do another one and say, if they ask about our services, put information like that. So add in a knowledge base about your company either here, or like I said, you can attach it here as well. If you're not needing to use this knowledge base across multiple agents where you would need to attach it very quickly, then I would just add it right here in the prompt. It keeps everything organized in one place. And if there's ever issues or you need to add to that knowledge base, it's a lot easier just to add to it right here. So that's what I would do, getting your inbound set up. Now, your script instructions, simply this is just the flow of the script you want it to go through. You're going to tell it the greeting. You're going to tell it, how you want the call to go. You're going to tell it, down here at the end, how you'd want it to book an appointment or schedule a callback or possibly do a transfer, and then tell it how to conclude the call. Now, one thing I've found if you want to get more advanced to make these scripts even better is down below here, again, like you showed me add that section for the knowledge base. You could actually add another section called example script and actually do like an example of how a script would go. And if you have a complex system where you might have different legs or branches where the script could flow different variables, you could give it an example for each one. Anytime you give AI examples in the prompts, it makes it a whole lot more accurate. I don't do examples too often because my scripts are pretty simple that I create, and just with simple instructions like this, I find that it's really, really good. Always the number one thing in creating prompts is create it as simple as possible to start with, test it, and see how it does. I see a lot of people try to overdo it right off the bat without even testing, and there's just too much information. It actually confuses it. So it's really smart technology. Start simple and then build off of that. Now that you have your inbound agent done, what you're going to do is to make this your answer the calls for your business. You're going to pop over to NerdTech, GHL, or just regular GHL, whatever you have. But everything I do is built on GHL, and that's the best platform to use for automations, chatbots, and voice AI right now. They're kind of leading the race in CRMs. So we're in our phone settings right here, and this could be done in GHL or it could be done in any of your phone service providers, actually. But here's the business phone number I have for my business. And then what I would do is I would add a forwarding number here when people call this number, it forwards to the AI. So what this looks like is if we go over here, we go to deployment, we can see our phone numbers right here. So I would take this phone number that you see right here. It's also over here. I'm just going to copy it. And then we'll go into our phone settings, edit configuration, forward calls, paste the phone number right there. We make sure you have the incoming call timeout set for 25 seconds, so it gives it time to answer. The call recording, uh, turn this on. If you don't want it to say anything, then simply just push spacebar, and then that'll work, which is pushing spacebar, and you don't have to put any words there. Then you can click save, and then you're going to see that it has the 40 number here. So it's simply going to forward to this number. Now, the great thing is when you go into your contacts on GoHighLevel in your Nerd Tech, it's going to have the call recordings. I actually have in settings the transcripts turned on, so it's going to automatically transcribe it. And then we also have automation set up in Synthflow where it's going to send data over. So if it collects name, email, phone number, anything really that I set up that I want it to collect on the call, it's going to map all that into the contacts field here in the system. If I went to my contact and did a test call and we did an inbound call and asked me questions, I'd be able to map those questions and the answers to them to specific fields so that if we do schedule a call back, we can have all the notes about the call recording, the call transcript, what they asked and their answers. And it's going to make it really awesome for our sales rep to be able to call them back and have a good conversation. This type of communication, being able to have AI answer your calls like this, collect the information, have all of it recorded into your CRM. I'm telling you, that's game changing technology. It's going to make your business so much more efficient. Just this one feature, being able to do this. And if you don't have this set up, I would say inbound calls is one of the best things you can do to start experimenting with AI calling. Like I said, outbound AI calling, as I've said in the past, is hard. Even doing outbound calling with humans is hard because you're interrupting somebody's day, and you have to be very creative about the prompt and the wording and the script to make sure that you have a good enough offer to keep people's attention. Otherwise, they're just going to hang up on you. But when you are doing inbound calls, they're calling your business and they actually want to talk to somebody. So it's a lot easier to set up an experiment. Moving forward in the next year or two, this is going to start getting better. More businesses are going to implement it. And if you're not playing around with it and finding some easy ways to implement to get used to it now, I truly do think you're going to be falling behind. So if you need any help with this, feel free to contact me. Be happy to help. But hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you gave you some ideas on maybe how you can make your lead flow and the automations a little bit better.